can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, well, you might just find that you get what you need. Oh, yeah. That is, of course, the Rolling Stones from their 1969 album, Let It Bleed. And it is a reminder to me to be grateful and to take everything with a grain. Because as it says, you can't always get what you want, but sometimes you might just find you get what you need. The world is cruel, especially to those who think as I do. At a young age, I was driven from all comfort and home, exiled and made to learn how to survive. Eagerly, I studied the dark tomes, learning forbidden knowledge and harnessing my talent. Now I have grown into someone else, something else, and it is time to return for those who cast me out. I will bring a new kind of life to the land of death. Alright, that ominous intro is from Deth Wizards. Deth Wizards is a tabletop skirmish RPG game recently put out, maybe a couple months ago, by Snarling Badger Studios, old Adam Lopper and Vince Venturella. Adam Lopper of Tabletop Minions and Vince Venturella of his self-titled YouTube channel, Vince Venturella. So, this is a mini agnostic game, and the cool thing about this game is that you play as the bad guy. You are playing a Necromancer, and I like that. Right off the bat, you have this cool subversive approach to it, opposed to being the good guy, a knight or a paladin or whatever supposed righteous character. Immediately you're starting off as the what one would perceive as the bad guy, and I don't know. I just think that's cool. I think obviously you can take it at face value. It's fun. You're playing the villain, but just thinking about it for a second, thinking about good and evil and those terms, and the victor always tells the story or writes the history books. So, and I'm sure they leave some things out. So yeah, very cool. Once again, you're a necromancer. There's 6 different necromantic legacies, and these are just emphasis that allow you to have different abilities. For example, I'm doing the Horde Master, and his thing is like he can have a greater undead rating, so a greater amount of like undead troupies, little minions and stuff, because he's the Horde Master. And then it has like a special ability where you can send one of those guys in, and it's the Corpse Bomb, and you can make them blow up and cause damage. Very cool. So yeah, you pick and control your minions, and what I want to focus on is the lair. Now, the lair is essentially a stat line, and there is even a disclaimer in the book saying that you don't need to have a lair model, but it says, if you want to go nuts, build a tower, cool piece of terrain, then go nuts, do it. And by golly, that's what I did. I'm building the Walking Lair. So my walking lair, this is going to be my Necromancer's means of evading pesky heroes and religious zealots who are seeking to root him out and destroy him. And it's also a means of evading invading villages and destroying those who rejected him so long ago. I wanted to have a really cool Mordheim-y inspired lair, but with that evasion part, I wanted the thing to be able to move, and I've been inspired by a bunch of different YouTubers, build making stuff and Miscast and then movies from my past like Wild Wild West, and then anime Howling Castle, Howl's Moving Castle, not the Howling Castle, but yeah, a walking structure. And I just thought that would be a really cool element to bring to games. My and just like a cool shelf piece to like set my little Necromancer and all the ghouls all over it and everything. I don't know, very exciting stuff for me. When it came to the building for this thing, I needed a wizard for scale. So another game I'm also interested in that's wizard based is Frostgrave. So I got a hold of some of these Frostgrave minis. I got the wizard pack here, and I built a wizard just for the sake of making sure like my doorway was straight. I think that was the main thing I used it for, and just to have some inspiration of the little dude who I'm building this epic gnarly lair for. So when I started building this thing, there was no planning. I knew what I wanted to build it out of, and that was about it. So I drew a picture. Once again, I think Wild Wild West, it was ultimately my biggest inspiration. Those big mechanical spider legs, and yeah, just kind of like a like jarring, lumbering thing. Anyway, it's very little planning. I was just using cardboard, hot glue. I used some like heavy duty like paper clips, and then like coffee stirrer, the wood sticks for like some of the more texture details, and I just kind of crafted out of my mind and off of what I was cutting out, and I was just fully accepting the little quirks in it, and I'm really stoked on how it's coming out. So this is just the beginning, and showing you where I'm at with this project. I hope you dig it. Are you making a lair for your Deth Wizards game? If so, is it walking? Maybe it should be, or maybe it should be flying. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of fun things you could do with a wizard's lair. So yeah, if you dig this, give it a like. If you got something to say, comment. You want to see more of my stuff, you want to see the future finalizing parts of this build, subscribe, and you'll get to see it, and it will be beautiful, and we'll both marvel at my cardboard craftiness. So I think that's it for now. We'll see you next time. Today is August the 5th. Here are 7 dice. Today's numbers are: on the D20, 20. On the D12, 3. On the D10, 2. On the percentage dice, 80. On the D8, 8. On the D6, 6. And on the D4, 2. Those are today's numbers.